Hi there. Well, everybody keeps on asking me what I think is going to happen with the property market in these times of COVID-19. We've just seen in the last few days the property market opening up, and you can see from these headlines there's lots of speculation, confusion and conflicting messages about what is happening and what's going to happen to the property market going forward. Well, we've seen the property market just starting to open up. Viewings and sales are now allowed again. So I thought this would be a good time just to take a look at the whole market, and we're going to do a SWOT analysis. We'll look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats, and from that we can make our mind up if it's a good time to invest, not invest, sit on the sidelines or get stuck in. So firstly, by way of introduction, let's look at what the property market was and is like. So going into COVID-19, we saw the property market finally shaking off those Brexit doubts. Remember Brexit? This is especially noticeable in auction rooms. For a long time, we've seen the number of people going to the auction rooms dwindle. They were partitioning off those big ballrooms they hire out to try and make them look busy and not quite as barren as they were. But the last auction before COVID, all those barriers were coming down, the auction rooms were packed, and we were seeing real confidence come back into the market. And away from that sort of anecdotal evidence, we saw the Halifax reporting back in January 2020 that the retail property market had the fastest annual rate of house price growth for 2 years. So everything was positive. We could see it positive in the sales room, and the figures were backing that up. So looking to the property markets now, we can look at the auction rooms again, just looking at their volumes to give sort of a measure of interest in the property market. Allsops reported 34 million in their March auction compared to 70 million the month before in February, and 61 million in their March 19, so half or so. Savills reporting similar falls in volumes, 16 and 19 million in their March and May auctions. And that was compared to 42 million in February. But the interesting thing to note on that, even though the volumes are down, the successful transactions stayed about 70%. And then 13th of May, we saw the government advice change. Obviously now we can buy and sell houses again. We've got a huge list of advice for the estate agents and viewers to follow. And so whilst this is a step in the right direction, this document obviously is not a return to normality. The process of finding, selling, viewing houses is totally changed, and we're all going to have to adapt to new practices and procedures. Same way we've had to get used to queuing up at the supermarket when they're too busy. So that pretty much summarises sort of the introduction and where we are now and where we've come from in the property market. In the next 4 videos, as I say, I want to go over the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats. So I hope that was useful. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. Thanks. See you on the next one.